This is my star, and in the new red giant origin, this star is extremely volatile. We can either fix the situation and live happily ever after, maintaining its size, or we can embrace chaos and let it grow to become supernova, then allowing us to fast track to the new galactic hypothermia ascension path. In this video, I explore the mystery and story of this origin while checking out every possible situation, so when you play, you know what paths to go down and what they do. Let's check it out. Here we have the Grand Incineration Mandate, our evil infernals, trying out the other half of all the content. Red Giant. This civilization is at a crossroads. The red giant at the heart of its system is warming up their planet, threatening to cook them alive. Can they adapt until the cause is found and fixed, or will they decide to embrace the heat, capitalizing on these strange and perhaps unnatural changes? We get a volcanic world to start at size 20, more than the Cosmic Dawn origin, which starts at 14, but we did somehow make that tall because of the events. We had 20% more habitability on volcanic worlds. Next up of the new things is Scorched World Herald. Heat permeates every facet of this society's culture, from traditions and rituals to technologies itself. They see themselves as the galaxy's rightfully fiery supremacists, viewing weaker species as a mere obstacles on the path to an ideal universe, fit only for thermophiles. That will be our mission. We cannot engage in diplomacy with other species, cannot access galactic market. We get the Cleansing Blaze caster spell on other species, no idea what that does yet. We get unity when bombarding with the Firestorm bombardment stance, create special blockers with the Seismic Carpet bombing bombardment stance on the planet below, so two different bombardment stances. We do get weapon range, which is really nice. You know I love my artillery ships. Armor hit points, ship build speed, 50% naval capacity, 40% army health, and research speed to materials 50%. 50. Mental. Counter position reduces exhaustion gain for commanders. On top of that, another new civic we haven't used. It blocks synthetic ascension. I don't care. This society is able to synthesize regular alloys into living metal and molds its strength and shape-changing properties directly into their technology. We will start with living metals researched. Our homeworld has a living metal sediment, giving us living metals, and we gain access to the special edicts, central fugal siphoning, which will lower alloys from Metergulus but increase living metals by 1. We also get modular growth compounds, giving us 10% pop growth speed, which you know I like. We also get living metal components, regenerative armor. Per armor component, our energy weapon fire rate goes up, our daily hull regen goes up, and our armor regen goes up by 2% and then 1% on the hull and armor. It also adds regenerative versions of common armor components for ships. Their alloy cost is replaced with living metals. Includes unlocked components of the following techs, a bunch of materials. We also get reshaping projectile accelerator, which is a stronger version of kinetic artillery, so we might mess around with a new custom artillery ship. The alloy cost is replaced by living metals and is unlocked after kinetic artillery. We also have access to the planetary decision distribute living metal. Don't know what that does yet. We can do Mimetic Strike Force armies, no idea how good they are, and we can build an off-world exhibition hub in systems with a molten world for off-world prospector jobs, which turn energy credits into living metals and motes. We also get 100% infrastructure refund, which is great when you're doing Scorched Worlds, because we should be able to take planets and just dismantle them if we don't want them, just get a load of minerals. The counter position also gives us 1% physics and engineering from jobs per skill level. Pretty good. This is why we've gone Fanatic Militarist and Xenophobe. He's also gone Oligarch for the effective counter skill +2, because I like the sound of tech. In terms of traits, we are Thermophile, giving us alloy upkeep per jobs, more volcanic world habitability, less on cold worlds, more lead lifespan. Then go to Sedentary and Slow Lunars for 2-1s. And then we have Pyroclastic Channeling, giving us 10% growth speed on volcanic worlds. It's a 1 cost instead of 2 compared to Rapid Breeders, is pretty nice. Then we got a new trait we haven't used yet, Crucible Community. For every 100 pops, we get 0.25 Edict Fund. So we can go a bit crazy on the new edicts as well as other edicts, why not? That's if these edicts even cost Unity, that I don't actually know. We then got Shell Slag. For every 100 pops will give us 0.005 living metals per month, so it really plays into that living metal civic. Really good combination. Our ruler's a commander. We've got the infernal ship set. We have all the infernal custom stuff like the flag icon, portrait, background. We're playing at Grand Admiral with max empires on, with mid-game scaling at year 50 just to simulate kind of the meta at EVP where people don't kill each other till year 30. A bit faster tech and tradition so we can show off all the new stuff, and standard pop growth. Let's get into it. The truth came slowly, then all at once. Our star is entering a phase of rapid and anomalous evolution. Its energy output has climbed beyond all expected parameters. Spectral shifts indicate erratic convection patterns, and its fusion rate appears to be increasing without a corresponding loss of mass. So far, we have evolved in concert with this warming, but basic biological evolution has its limits. If the changes underway within Crucible Prime continue, the world we call home will burn. is no longer a question of if, but when. You can see the red giant, and I wonder what this mysterious ore is going into it. We do have an alloy deposit that's 5, which is pretty insane. So I am going to just immediately build on that for 100 minerals. Not a bad conversion there. It looks like we've got a pretty nice choke pointed system up. So let's go and explore. We are in a nebula, so we can't see where anything is. We're going to split up our fleets and explore this way. We're going to buy some minerals to get our economy going a little bit. And then our techs, we're going to always take the research buildings. If we don't get that, take the next best thing like Unity and Materials Workshop. Now, volcanic worlds are different. We still have energy jobs, but our mineral jobs do give us alloys. And then we have the thermotechnic forms instead of food, which for each one will give thermotechnic mentors, which give different resources to the different jobs. So mining will produce Unity, technicians, physics, particulars, engineering, arts, and society. It's not a huge amount, but you could stack it for a little bit of additional. I'm not sure how worth these are, to be honest. We are producing those living metals, which is always nice. To get the pop growth speed, though, we do need 7 and a free monthly output, which is annoying. However, the centrifugal siphoning is just Unity. Interesting. We've long thought of Crucible Prime as a typical red giant, but recent analysis indicates that its size and radiation emissions are increasing. These changes are already having a measurable effect on our climate, and the population is growing alarmed. The trend shows no sign of stopping. If our species is to survive, we must investigate the cause of this phenomenon. Keep calm and downplay the problem, we get some Unity, and in the situation, red giant expansion will be on Reassure the Public, giving us 10 monthly Unity. That's pretty nice. Or we can go, we must investigate quickly. We get a bunch of physics research and we set our situation to find the cause. Let's see what these do, because it didn't say about the monthly growth. Both are +7. Okay, and monthly physics goes down. Reassure the Public seems much better with the Unity game, but I do want to find the cause. For the story, we're going to find the cause, I think. I've just clicked it anyway. Let's also click the event to do that. If you're thinking about buying the Infernal Species Pack or Season 9, make sure to use mine or another creator's code or link. Mine's in the description and pinned comment, or you can use code EP for Stellaris at checkout. It gives us creators a kickback at no extra expense for you, and you get a Steam code from Paradox themselves. Now, back to the video. Oh, and we do have a red star modifier on our capital, lowering habitability, but giving us more physics and energy credits from jobs. Distribute living metals for 5 years gives us more build speed and less upkeep from jobs. That's pretty cool. And the strike force is living metals and is not affected by morale damage. Equipped with advanced living metal technology, this army can remold itself on the fly to tackle a variety of battlefield conditions. It does a lot more damage than normal armies, has more collateral, has a bunch more health. And the upkeep is a lot more. It's 2 energy and 1 minerals instead of 1 energy. But they're pretty good for armies, to be fair, if you got the living metals, that is. Well, we found our first volcanic world. Let's survey that. Part of me wishes we did the Unity so I can at least get some Unity production going early on. I'm going to build a magma conduit early on for the mineral production and alloys. Stellar tunneling. The truth about Crucible Prime is stranger than we imagined. Ongoing investigations have revealed a twinned pair of subspace tunnels deep within our star. One of these channels hydrogen-rich material directly into the outer shell, accelerating fusion and increasing helium production. This should drive core compression. But the second tunnel actively siphons energy away, counteracting the process. The result is the expansion of the star. Initial telemetry from both subspace tunnels suggests they connect to multiple endpoints scattered across the galaxy. Our survival depends on investigating these as soon as possible. We'll need to investigate 3 of these locations. Viable targets for triangulation of the subspace origin have been located. Let's check out in our situation log. Oh, there's a few. Let's mark them all to see the closest ones. They are all quite far. Let's get a second science ship. And our situation has now changed. We now have suppress unrest, or we can disrupt subspace tunnels. Preserving the integrity of our star necessitates immediate countermeasures. Disruption of the subspace tunnels is imperative. Monthly growth +3. Oh, it lowers the growth because obviously we're on +7. For 20 energy though, I kind of want to see our Crucible Prime go supernova. Our other volcanic world is behind us. That's good. We'll keep exploring. Don't know if we have to survey these issues. Probably do. Conditions available. We are going to go mercantile just to give us a bit of Unity production when we can get to that. On our capital system, I should have made a Hydro Bay. We're infernal, but we can still make food. Now, the issue with the science ship is I don't have Unity. We'll just send them off. You know what, actually? This is a slight meta play. We can send a military ship to explore up here, make the science ship that has no leader follow them, and when we get the Unity, we can whack a scientist on there, and they'll be in place ready. Who doesn't love a good min-max? Build the outpost. We need more alloys. for a colony ship. We'll cancel the construction of the outpost because the colony ship takes longer. And the reason I'm waiting for the Unity leader is so we can get adaptive economic policy so we can turn trade into Unity instead of energy. So we actually have some Unity production because we have none. There we go. We can do that in policies and edicts, trade policy, marketplace of ideas. Interesting, we are in the diplomatic stance devastators, which gives us nothing. That's fun. I guess we do have the bombardment stance. We can either do firestorm or carpet bombing. We don't have a choice. Destroy infrastructure and splitting the crust to bring force mass. Oh, we could is this terraforming into volcanic worlds with the carpet bombing? And firestorm just gives us Unity and doesn't turn it into volcanic world. We'll have to try and do that. You can see our Unity is now at 24, which I think was quite a bit more than before. And what would make it better is if we got trickle up economics to get trade from civilians, which then turn into Unity, because we currently have 1.8 thousand civilians. What will help though is evolving society for that monthly Unity gain. I'm going to start now spamming city districts so we can get science jobs, bureaucrats, alloys, consumer goods. It's just good to build that up once we get our minerals fixed. We can also sell food. I'm greedy. Let's get this before scientist. We go from 26 Unity up to 33. That's quite nice. We now have the colony up and running, and now we can get that scientist to start doing the triangulation. Off you go, my friend. And then there's 2 there, so we may as well do these after and get our second colony ship ready for this system. Subspace scarring. Astrometric scans around Sassin 4 revealed unexplained subspace scarring. While there is currently no exit point at this location, a past tunnel may have opened in orbit around this gas giant. The data has provided physics insights that could be applied in other areas. In the meantime, we'll have to look elsewhere to determine the source of the subspace tunnels at work within our star to get some physics research. Let's go onwards to the other scars. I'm presuming they all do the same thing, but it's if you're blocked, you actually have options to get other ones, which is quite nice by the devs. Thank you. Yeah, a lot just happened. Let's try and save our military ship from the pirates that are here. This is probably why they give you multiple options, because they have spawn blocked. And we get some stellar expansion. The sun looks bigger. Am I going crazy? Ongoing observations confirm that Crucible Prime is expanding at an accelerating pace. Physical effects from the increased radiation are also being reported. Unless we can find a way to stop it, Crucible Prime will eradicate us long before it consumes the planet. Protecting against stellar radiation can buy us more time. A more hazardous but potentially lucrative scheme would be to harness the increased radiation, boosting our energy and industrial sectors. We have to exploit it. We must embrace the sun. The sun will embrace us and then it will embrace the galaxy. That's what we're doing here. Embrace it. Thermal exploitation. I'm going to wait for field dynamics to finish because we'll get more tech and then we'll do it. This happened when we reached stage 2. I could slow it down. No, the sun knows what it's doing. Alien scrap metal. The scans around Liges 4 indicate subspace scarring. We have also identified pockets of ancient scrap metal near the planet. These are orbitally locked into position and may be related to the scarring. Ongoing scans of these subspace fluctuations should help us to optimize the solar arrays around our home star. While this data has been helpful, we need at least one more survey location to lock down the present source of our problems. We get +5 energy to Crucible Prime and more alloys. Ooh, I'm being treated, which means I can build star bases. To get more economy. I'm just going to take the Unity from the Habitable World survey. Our science ship just got wrecked. What was that? Okay, that's really unfortunate. We'll survey these and then do the last one, I guess. But we might be trapped in here. Or are they trapped in here with us? Our third planet can be colonized. We'd probably put Fortify the Border on for these starbases to be built quicker. We could put modular growth compounds on. We only have 66, and it costs 10 to activate and then 5 upkeep. I think it's worth waiting. On our starbase, we're going to make trade because it gives us Unity and food because we can sell it. Field dynamics is done. We'll get some energy going. Then we'll build the field dynamic center and start researching thermal exploitation. We've got the Unity. Let's get the xenobiological lab and commercial enterprise. We can now grab an ascension perk. Let's get more Unity as it's going to help just keep scaling us. I'm going to do trade hubs and the hydro base on this system as well. Okay, honestly, I'm just going to finish this project off and then go back and survey. But our first world, it has 11 energy, 11 minerals, but only 2 of the auxiliary centers. This has 18. Are they uncapped? They're uncapped. Okay. Thermotechnics aren't, but everything else is. So we need to be careful of what we make because we only have 3 planets. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. Like, what do we need more of on planets? Industry is probably better than minerals and energy. So this will be industry and this can be energy and minerals. And then our capital will be tech. Or tech and energy. This can be minerals. And it's going to give us some alloys as well. And the thing is, we don't really need Unity jobs because we could build 2 of the thermotechnics and get 1.2 Unity per mining job. I'm cooking with volcanic gas. Since we have so many minerals, I'm going to build a luxury residence so then we can just work the thermoforges instead of colonists. And for our second tradition, just prosperity is just nice. It gives us mining station output, gives us reduced infrastructure costs and more build speed, more resources, less upkeep. It's just solid. Oh, well, we start with the Prime Scorcher. What? I guess that makes sense since we can't do diplomacy. The triangulation is complete. At last, a real breakthrough. Viviscaring around Demavidion 2 allowed us to triangulate the origin of our star's disturbance to a previously undetected system with hostile signatures. This investigation may eventually help us to counteract whatever is affecting our star. Once we advance into the Lussus system, we may be able to change the fate of Crucible Prime and of our civilization. Ah, a new system has spawned. Approach with caution. We can end the event giving us physics or prepare a show of force. We can get 10% fire rate for 3 months. No, we'll do tech. I have 3 ships. Who wants to be a tribute to this? My loyal squadron with my field. In you go, my friend. Into the unknown. Oh, there's stuff there. Run away. We need 685 fleet power. They're creating energy beam into our sun. Look at that. That's them pumping stuff in. Are they trying to blow us up? How dare they? Good thing we're getting our planets up. We will take a little bit to kill them, because imagine EP3 building a ship early game. Could not be me. I mean, we do have a time limit because this is expanding. Oh, we've also got maximized solar output now, giving us physics research from jobs and energy credits from jobs, 30% and 10%. And we still have unstable giant giving us 10 and 20. That's not bad. Let's sell all of the food, not buy minerals, and buy 10 alloys instead, so we can start getting a stockpile of that going. And by the way, if we took the fire rate, we would not be able to kill it with 208. So don't blame me. I actually forgot if they had shields or whatever. We'll check when we go to build. 2 trade hubs and a hydroponics bay here. Creator order. Wait, we hate you. You're immediately at war with us, so now we're stuck. Thank you, game. Crucible Prime has claimed its first major victim, engulfing the innermost world of our system. Although the raw materials still exist, they now lie beyond our reach in the fiery depths of the star. While we can weather the immediate economic loss, this provides a frightening glimpse of what awaits Mustafar. Worrying. Some unity gain. Yeah, that is bigger and it's very close. Okay, this world, immediately alloys. I'm very tempted. Let's slow the growth a little bit, just because I want to build up a little bit before we go kill. They're stressing me out, okay? To be honest, 603 alloys, not bad. Let's just go check if they had shields. Oh, we got a molten core from one of our planets. That's pretty nice. It gives living metals. You have no shields. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know why my brain was like, they have no shield, they have no shield. So optimally, we want lasers because they do more armor and hull. We don't need shield penetration and we don't need more damage to shields. So we can probably kill them outnumbered with just red lasers. But let's upgrade and see how many we can build with the amount of alloys we did get. There's basically 700. Just remember the 700. 799 should be enough. We have just kept it quite balanced. We do have more shields and armor, I guess. We should have maybe done it the other way. You want to optimize, but the ancient mining drones should go down quite easily here. Yeah, they're dying a lot. They barely do any damage. Mystery Station. Upon entering the system, our vessels encountered limited resistance from a group of automated drones. These were swiftly neutralized, allowing for a closer examination of the alien station. The structure remains operational, though its hull bears the marks of extensive patchwork repairs. Attempting to access one of its docking bays, we made contact with a previously unknown alien species. Though linguistic barriers remain, we have confirmed that this installation is the origin of the tunnels affecting Crucible Prime. Efforts are now underway to establish communications. A diplomatic resolution may be possible. Failing that, we may be forced to consider more direct methods, boarding the facility or destroying it outright. However, without a thorough understanding of its purpose, such actions may carry significant risk to our star. Oh. Translate it, board it, or destroy it. What would we do, the evil people, right now with 817? We destroy it. Destroy it. We shoot our problems away. Aliens terminated. The subspace mining station has been destroyed, killing everyone on board. Oh dear. The destruction of the station detonated some unknown energy storage medium. The resulting energy rushed through the collapsing subspace tunnel into Crucible Prime, substantially worsening the situation back home. That said, the transfer of hydrogen into our star has ceased. As bad as things may be, they will no longer worsen. While we may never know the origins of design of the station, we can at least rest easy knowing that such power will never fall to our rivals. Unfortunately, with no immediate way to return Crucible Prime to its original state. If we want to affect the star's state, we'll need to rely on our recordings to piece together what the station was doing. Let's clean up this mess. So we get this situation, wait and see. We'll stop making rash decisions. Instead, we should be patient, observe. -3 monthly growth, and the situation increases by 200. I'm sorry. The Devang Giant's now giving us 100% physics, 30% energy, and increasing upkeep from jobs by quite a bit, which is hurting our consumer goods. Adaptability is also falling. Well, we could have been building these off-world expedition hubs too for more moats and living metals. That's probably worthwhile to get the pop growth going. Our energy just kind of sucks at the minute, but I did just get capacity subsidies. Might help. Let's wait and see for a little bit, but then we'll blow it up. Okay, we almost can get positive living metals if we do modular growth components. So I'm going to put it on because we're building another one and we can get the 10% pop growth. Oh, this gives us the regenerative armor. I didn't actually look if we already had that. We did. That would have been really good on the lasers. The issue with them is they give no armor. Wait, no, they do. They just don't say they do. Because if you look on the right, the armor stats don't change. Okay, nothing really seems to be happening with this. I guess there's options, like we can like just go all the way down for 70 energy, or we can go all the way up. So I want to experiment in this video to see what all the options can do. I've made a save before with the different options of the mining station too. So let's make a save here. Let's do siphon stellar material and just see what happens when we rush it down and return Crucible Prime to its normal state. Return to normal. By adjusting the siphon, extracting hydrogen from the shell, and fine-tuning the star's input ratios, we've safely reversed Crucible Prime's expansion, restoring it to its former calm as a warm red giant. We've already detected climate stabilization on Crucible Prime. We can look forward to a more habitable future in which our home planet continued to be the heart of our empire. With the station in our claws, we may never understand precisely what happened, but we can make the most of any materials released by the star as it receded. Relief at last. We gain 2000 unity. Every colony in the system gets a sleeping red giant modifier, permanently giving 25% energy from jobs, 25% physics, and it concludes the situation red giant expansion, which I believe is the end of the origin then. It also gives us the starfire cannon. Like any potential hazard, the dangerous radiation from our star's transformation can also be harnessed as a useful tool. Channeling it as a beam weapon would allow us to overheat and disable enemy ships. Interesting. Unlocks a planetary decision to construct... Wait, what? Planetary decision to construct a starfire cannon in orbit. There we go, we change it. We get the debris, which is more modifiers, some rare crystals, some minerals. Capital does have sleeping red giants, which is giving us physics and energy. We do have gang wars, ignore that. I need that physics tech. It's very expensive. Because I'm not going to continue from the save, I am just going to cheat so we can see what it does, because I want to know. This decision here builds a starfire cannon in the planet's orbit, a long-range weapon system that can disable a system of multiple ships. We have to have cruiser tech and 1000 alloys. Well, look at that, we have that. Okay, so this builds the starfire cannon. If we take a look at what is on it, it's got regenerative hull, auxiliary fire control, solar flare emitters. It does 2500 to 6500 damage with a 25-day cooldown, 85% accuracy and no tracking, so it's going to duck against small ships. The average time is 150 a day, which is a lot, I believe. It does less to shield, but does more armor and hull. And on hit, it disables the target for 5 days, reducing its speed, fire rate, and shield. I mean, 5 days? That's not a lot, in my opinion, but it does do a lot of damage. Can you spam this? Oh my gosh, we can do it again. How many can we build? 3 on every single planet. We cannot seemingly modify it, but that's pretty cool because like you could get an orbital ring up on there. That just makes turtling a little bit more funny. Yeah, you can just build them on all planets. Let's look at the options with this station here, since we did take a save before we blew it up. So if we translate their language, well, we need a scientist to translate these findings. So let's do that. After a lengthy and difficult process, we have a rudimentary translator that can communicate with station inhabitants. The station has been operating for generations, moving from gas giant to gas giant, using the subspace siphon to extract energy from distant stars to power their life support and powerful jump drive. The aliens do not fully understand the system they are operating, and did not realize that the siphoning tugged at stars and eventually destroyed them. What do you think happened to them? What do you mean? Despite their confusion, they seem eager to leave the station. They promise to teach us what they know in exchange for a safe place to live and raise their young. Oh, they're just misunderstood. Oh, why are there more options? We can give them a ship to find their own path. We'll lose alloys, we'll gain engineering, research, and unity, and an event will happen in 30 days. We can enslave them, 400 pops created, or we can remotely vent the station, killing them. Let's see what happens when we give them a ship. The station siphons hydrogen from a gas giant and channels it through subspace into a star's shell. Resulting helium fusion releases excess energy, to convert it into crystallized entropy to power the station. The inhabitants of the station retain only a warped oral tradition about its operation. They lost contact with their home civilization thousands of years ago, perhaps because that civilization collapsed or was destroyed. A build-up of calibration errors and equipment degradation has led to the increasingly unstable siphoning that now threatens to destroy Crucible Prime. Working with their ancient technology, we can reverse the process will not be easy. Alternatively, forcing our star to go nova could expose countless deposits, transforming our heritage in a trove of exploitable resources. So it's basically the same thing. However, we do get different options. We can grow it and actually get physics and dark matter from it. We can stabilize it, nothing happens. We can cease activity, which means it will slowly go down like what the default was before. We can reverse inflation, which we also had before. If we enslave them, we get the pops, obviously. We get the same event and the same options. And finally, if we remotely vent the station, we get the authoritarian Avix attraction, which is pretty trash, and you're quite evil for doing this. We get the same event and the same option, so maybe take the pops or the unity. Finally, what happens if we board the station by force? We get the boarding party event. Our forces have seized control of the station. The inhabitants put up some resistance, were poorly armed, and seemingly untrained in warfare. Upon closer inspection, many appeared to be juveniles. Oh gosh. Those who were not killed have been contained. Analysis has begun on how we control the subspace tunnels, which appear to be some sort of energy mining siphon. With time, we can address the situation in our home system. If we demolish it, we get Aliens Terminated event with engineering research. The survivors are a risk, eliminate them. We get the subspace mining operation event and the authoritarian ethics, which is similar to the last thing, maybe identical to the last event where we got the ethics attraction. Or purge the station, unity gain. Let's demolish it and see what Aliens Terminated does. Ah, that's just killing them. That's the same as the first thing we did, which gives us fuel to fire and wait and see. So the other event, subspacing mining operations, will give us the other path, I believe, and is the same. Yeah, okay. So really, going one of those paths are good because you can grow it, get physics research and dark matter, which you could sell or whatever. So now we have the final option, which we're going to be continuing playing with, which is add fuel to fire, which gives us nothing, which is annoying. We should have gone the other path if we were doing this for that physics and dark matter. We'll get 50 growth and go supernova in 480 days. Now, there's no cheats on this one, so we're still playing as normal, don't you worry. Because the red giant's expanding too, we're getting different modifiers. The upkeep from jobs has gone to 80%, but we're getting 200% physics from jobs. Now, I don't know if our pops die, so I'm going to make a save, because I would like to move them off, but we're about to go supernova, and Crucible Prime, it's a bit big. Now, that is a hell of a shot. That may or may not be the thumbnail. Let me take a screenshot. Oh, the explosion happened. Stellar Nova. The process begun by a remnant population of aliens in a degraded mining station has finally reached its conclusion. Crucible Prime went nova. After engulfing nearly the whole system, Technicolor plasm and radiation scourged Mustafa clean, along with the rest of our home system. While our homeworld is now a wasteland, the nova exposed a treasure trove of mineral resources across the system that can be easily accessed by conventional mining equipment. This wealth can be used to build a new future. Since the station no longer exists, Mustafa can rest easy, knowing it can never happen again. Acknowledge, we conclude the situation, Red Giant expansion, and we get the starfire cannon, which we've already looked at. Or we can do, we must do whatever we can to restore our home, which costs 15,000 energy and concludes the situation. That's a lot of energy. I'll do everything I can, but I don't think so. No, we cannot get 15,000. And you don't even know about it. I want to see what it does, so let's just cheat that in. Mustafa, we still have the planet, we just have loads of devastation. And Crucible Prime now gives us potentially 6 dark matter, a lot of minerals and stuff. The planet is, however, on its knees. After monumental cleanup efforts, the surface of Mustafa is survivable of thermophiles again. While some permanent scars will always remain, they can now be leveraged to their full potential for unique research opportunities. Nova Scorch modifier removed, which is giving a lot of negatives, and instead we have Nova Mitigated, which still gives us negatives, but minus 40% instead. A lot of physics and energy. Okay, I think because we did the options wrong and we didn't do the dark matter path, we don't get the galactic hypothermia. So blowing the thing up with the dark matter actually matters. So if we go back to alien negotiations before we have cheated, well, we absolutely wanted to translate. So let's quickly get back to where we were. We're back to negotiations. We want subspace mining operations, which all of these do. So I'm just going to take the pops and now we can do continue siphoning, which will give us that physics and dark matter. Ah, a new event. Prospect of stability. After great effort, we now hold full control over the fate of Crucible Prime. Left alone, it would follow its natural life cycle at its current size, but the ancient and failing station cannot withstand repeated configurations. Each adjustment strains the facility to its limits. Now we have only one choice. We can shrink the star back to its former size, or force it to expand, transforming the system into a vast field of easily harvested resources. Our scientists will attempt one last reconfiguration. After that, the only way forward will be rapid disassembly by external force. Well, you know we need to make a save here. I think what we want to do is to accelerate the star's expansion, but let's try fixing the current state. What does that do? With complete control achieved over our star's fluctuating size and energy, Crucible Prime has fully stabilized. It will remain as it is now for millions of years. Now people can once again enjoy stability and predictability in our own system. A star's increased size has clear consequences for how we manage our infrastructure, and we can now make the most of these changes, exploiting its increased energetic output while maintaining a viable presence in the system. At last, we control our destiny. Get Starfire Cannon. So they want you to get the Starfire Cannon at the end of this origin, that's the reward, but you get slight twists on it. Now we get 200% physics and 40% energy on our planet. If we return it to normal, we're going to rapidly shrink it. It's mad watching it shrink. Look at it. It just goes boop, boop, boop. By adjusting the siphon, extracting hydrogen from the shell, and fine-tuning the star's input ratios, we've safely reversed Crucible Prime's expansion, restoring it to its former calm as a warm red giant. We've already detected climate stabilization on Crucible Prime, and we can look forward to a more habitable future in which our home planet continues to be the heart of our empire. Now that we understand how to control the station, we can decide how it will be used next. If we dismantle the station, we get alloys, 25% physics and engineering, and we get the Starfire Cannon. Maintain our study, we get some physics and engineering. It's the same, just the top reward's different. And it's the same here, we just get Unity instead. And I think that would be it. You just keep the planet as it is. Now it's on to the option that we're going to continue playing as, which is the dangerous option with the funny option. And that is accelerate the star's expansion. Continue the siphon. And boom, it explodes. The process begun by a remnant population of aliens. I swear we've read this before. This seems like exactly the same. If we don't have the energy, we'll just click that option. This planet is currently burning. There's no other way to say it. Let's see if anything else pops up. Ah, this is what we wanted. A spark of crisis. Ongoing study of this subspace mining station suggests that it stores massive amounts of thermal energy in exotic form, which our scientists are calling crystallized entropy. It leverages thermal feedback loops to magnify energy inputs. By replicating this technology, we could learn to wield previously unimaginable power that many would deem unnatural and dangerous. Doing so may produce vast amounts of excess heat, but if we are able to find a way to thrive in such conditions, the galaxy may be ours for the taking. Let us investigate further. We get a specimen, the burning gem, and enables the adoption of the Galactic Hypothermia Ascension perk and uncovers crystallized entropy to progress Galactic Hypothermia. Or we could just say it's too dangerous. We're going it. The gem gives us rare crystals, and everything is burning. We do have dark matter income, which is nice, which we can sell to kind of like help with the economy a bit to start with. We're going to just constantly have Nova Scorched, I'm guessing, because we did not have enough energy to help that, which means upkeep is a little bit crazy and we have no habitability, and we have insane devastation, which is causing a lot of issues on our planet here. We need to finish 2 prosperities to then get Galactic Hypothermia, but this video has gone on, so hopefully tomorrow we have the crisis path. It will be the next video uploaded, so make sure to subscribe. That was the full Red Giant playthrough with hopefully every option. When I play early access, there's no wiki, so I'm just going off what I can discover. Click these videos YouTube's recommending you. I'll see you there. Goodbye.